Nec Ultima Verba.
I think it's better than what they do at Macca's, but what they do at Hungry Jack's is better than what they do at KFC, which is better than what they do at Macca's. I just don't like Macca's burgers. I feel like they're small and more uninspired.
They are very small.
I know Burger King isn't amazing by any means, but at least they're a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Like, they literally have a larger circumference.
No, yeah, I agree with that, because Macca's burgers are so tiny.
They are. It's disgustingly small.
Hello?
Oh. Callan, can you hear me?
No.
Now?
No.
Wait, okay. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Any Last Words podcast, rated 3 Pokemon cards out of 2 Nintendo 3DSs. My name is Callan.
And my name is Manager Reggie. Yo, what's up, guys?
Oh my god, what? You sound nothing like Manager Reggie, what?
I never do. No, it's actually just me, Jaden.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Jaden, you're back.
Yeah. No, technically I came back last week, but, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, no, but...
Power of magic and time travel.
Indeed. But no, Reggie is also off this week just because of uni adventures and so forth.
No, she's eating dinner.
Well, that's basically the same thing when you think about it.
Yeah, this is true. Eating food is pretty much part of that life, that lifestyle.
Yep, because it's the only thing that keeps you going.
Exactly.
Gives you happiness. God.
I eat because I'm sad, and I'm sad because I eat.
You know what's such a good food?
Yeah?
Shawarma.
This is true.
So good. So good.
You just love meat and oily shit, and you don't have to worry.
So good. Like, that's the thing I miss most about going to uni is the kebabs. I haven't had a kebab in, 6 months.
Wow.
It's
I can't tell if that's depressing or not.
It's good for me.
It is.
Otherwise I was eating 2 kebabs a week, which is not good for me. Because I'm pretty sure that was the, Macca's equivalent of kebab.
I think my uni had a kebab place too. I always wanted to go, but I never ended up going.
Well, yeah, because you have to walk from one side of the uni to the other, and it's
most of my classes were in the same building as as the food court. I was just lazy.
Right. Yeah, no, I can relate to that.
Yeah, but hello everyone. Enough food talk, I suppose, unless we want to talk more about food.
I have nothing else to say other than the fact that I now have an extreme distaste for most McDonald's foods because I've been working there for a few months now, and it's just gotten worse.
I'm pretty sure that happens to most employees.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, the work itself isn't bad. Anytime I screw up, it's usually because of me. But yeah, no, I can't eat Mac's anymore. It's just so gross.
This is fair, but
it's just seeing how it's all made, I think. The chips especially. Just the amount of grease.
I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah. It's the sheer amount of grease that does it for me. Or does it not for me.
Which does the exact opposite for you, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can see that. That's why I don't want to work in fast food, because there's so much grease and
it ruins it for you. Yeah.
Yeah. And is there I'm guessing from what I've heard, but there's one sorry motherfucker who has to walk out with the grease bags every now and then. Is that a thing? Do you guys actually get a disposal unit to get rid of the grease and shit, like the oil?
I don't know how it works. It just you press a button and the oil just magically goes away. I don't know.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people, this was a couple of years back, but they literally just filled up bags with all the grease and shit and just chucked it out the back. And I heard that someone who had a bag explode on them while they were trying to haul it up. That was I've never seen anything like that. You do have to bring a box in to fill up the tanks again every now and then, but it's not that bad because it's in the box first of all. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, there was probably some health and safety concerns with employees having to lug out a plastic bag filled with oil.
Yeah.
So that explains a lot.
We had a health inspector actually come into our
store. I sure hope so.
Yeah, and you should have seen how fast everyone was cleaning before that guy got there. And the place, I've never seen public restrooms be so clean before. It was insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, you should let me know whenever an inspector comes around. I'll take a shit in the clean-ass toilet.
Yeah, I mean, like, of course, it probably has something to do as well with, like, the lockdown and no one going out, but it was so clean. Like, I've never seen anything. Like, I wanted to sit on that toilet. I wouldn't have
Sounds
minded.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally, if I have to sit on a toilet, I'll take extra precautions, you know, like line it with
naturally.
toilet paper, yeah.
Wipe that motherfucker down.
Oh, yeah. Bring my own wipes as well, because who knows where those other wipes have been.
Exactly.
Yeah, but and again, I think I mentioned this back in the episode where I made my confession, but yeah, the patties still look like flesh waffles, and they're still really gross.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. They would do. It's depressing because you're not making a real burger. You're not making a smash patty. You get everything in frozen, and it gets unfrozen.
Yeah,
could be worse though. As far as I've heard, like working at KFC is horrible because it's all like raw frozen chicken and shit.
Oh,
it just comes in like a pink heap of.
I can't imagine KFC because that's all deep fried, right?
Yeah.
Like at least Macca's, the burgers and stuff, it's not deep fried. You just kind of put it onto a weird grill and it does it for you. But I don't want to work at a KFC because that's gonna. I already hate KFC. We've made that clear. Yes. I've made that clear. I think I think I'd just give up on chicken altogether if I worked at a KFC.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I like KFC, which is why I don't want to work at KFC.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, the only reason why I like KFC is because I think that their burgers are better than Macca's.
The chicken burgers?
Yeah.
I don't like them. I had one. They taste... They're just boring, right? Like, it's just chicken.
I think it's better than what they do at Macca's, but what they do at Hungry Jack's is better than what they do at KFC, which is better than what they do at Macca's. I just don't like Macca's burgers. I feel like they're small and more uninspired.
They are very small.
I know Burger King isn't amazing by any means, but at least they're a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Like, they literally have a larger circumference.
No, yeah, I agree with that, because Macca's burgers are so tiny.
They are. It's disgustingly small.
And, like, I had a Macca's burger for lunch a couple of weeks ago, and it was my first Macca's burger in, like, a year.
Yeah.
And it's so small compared to what I remember. Like, it was a triple cheeseburger as well, right?
Oh, that's a hefty burger. At least it's trying to be.
It's trying to be, but it's not even hefty because that's the equivalent of one, average-sized patty that you normally get at a restaurant, right? Yeah. And it tasted garbage.
It does. Like, it's... Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know why I was so obsessed with these things as a kid, but...
Because as a kid, that shit's brilliant.
And the toys, yeah.
Oh, the toys do help.
Did you collect the Pokemon cards that they had at Macca's? It was like a week-long promotion.
No, I didn't. I was too lazy.
Damn, Callum.
I've seen many people who have gone out of their way. Actually, I know someone, not personally, but I know someone who was a Macca's employee, much like yourself.
Oh, yes.
And I just see like their Snap story, and they've just got like bundles of Pokemon cards and shit that they kept.
They were, like, the bundles are thick as well. There's at least 5 or 6 cards in there.
Which is pretty decent, all things considered, from Macca's.
Yeah, like, I remember...
Get that shit free with a Happy Meal.
Yeah, like, when I was a kid, when we were kids, they only gave, like, 1 card. And it was, like, a cheap-looking card. It had, like, the shiny plastic on top of it. It was really gross-looking. And now it's, like, it's pretty good quality.
It's true.
Yeah.
Which is great, but at the same time,
it's not.
You gotta eat Macca's.
That's true. Happy Meals, to be specific.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's not as weird.
It's all bad. Okay?
It's all bad. Yeah. It's not good for you. None of this stuff is good for you.
Yeah, like it doesn't beat working at a family restaurant or something. Like we both know of it. We both have a place in mind, I imagine, in my general area, like that burger joint, where they, like if you go to a nice local place, the food's gonna be better.
Just any like a normal restaurant, the food's always just gonna be better than any fast food restaurant.
This is fair. Although there was this chicken shop I remember a couple years back, and they had so many health code violations. I'm glad they're gone.
Oh, yeah. Chicken is like playing with fire.
It is.
It might as well be. Yeah.
And
Like,
they were just notorious,
someone.
like cross-contamination and all kinds of crap. I think a couple people got salmonella.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, it was a really upstanding location.
Yeah, no, that's unfortunate. I've been watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay again. He came back into my life, and instead of Kitchen Nightmares, though, it's Hell's Kitchen this time around, which is just as addicting. It's even more addicting. It
really is.
Like, there's something so satisfying about watching him yell at people.
I love it. What really interests me, though, is that like you have to volunteer to get onto Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
And some of these people are woefully underqualified. It astounds me that they've even tried.
Oh, I agree. Like, and there was this one contestant where he full on said that he quit his job as a chef in a kitchen to be on Hell's Kitchen, which is like, why?
I remember. Gordon just ripped him a new fucking asshole.
He always does.
He does, which is brilliant.
He's so much more vicious. He's so much more vicious in Hell's Kitchen than anywhere else, which, like, I get because it's his own restaurant.
I mean, it's
basically.
his own kitchen, you know? Like, he's going to get real pissed because he has decent people over.
Yeah.
It's not the locals of Wisconsin or some shit. No offense to Wisconsin, all offense to Wisconsin.
Of course, yes.
Naturally. It's actual esteemed guest. Hell, he had Stan Lee on at one point.
That's right, yeah.
He's got royalty.
Yeah, and like, man, it's really funny. I don't know. And the insults he comes up with are so good.
I know.
And I wish I could say them, but I can't because...
You fucking donkey. I'm
you
too
donut.
original.
You donut.
What are you? An idiot sandwich?
That's not even real. I hate that I discovered that. That's like just a skit they did on, I think, James Corden's show.
Which, to be fair, fuck James Corden.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's not really relevant, but like, no, there was no coherency between like what I just said and what you just said. I just don't like James Corden.
No, fair enough. I get it.
I think he's a twat and a prick.
I mean, I don't
he's
know
probably
him
not
personally,
a prick, but he's just annoying to me. It's his voice.
Fair
I despise his voice. It irritates me so much.
I liked him in Doctor Who.
Funny.
I liked him in Doctor Who.
Yeah, like when he's not trying to be funny, when he's just trying to act, that's fine. He wasn't a comedian in Doctor Who. He was just a simple stay-at-home guy who was becoming a dad and is a dad in a later episode. He was just acting as a guy. But then, like, you know, he gets cast for all these things and he has to play all these, like, comedic roles. And it's like, he's not funny.
Yeah.
He's annoying.
Oh, God, like in the trailer for Cats, where he made it when he just popped up all of a sudden, it was really, really cringy.
It was disgusting.
Yeah. Oh, and in the Emoji Movie, I think he played the fist or whatever it was, the hand.
I think he did. Yeah. I don't even want to remember the Emoji Movie.
I only know bits of it from CinemaSins. That's
no,
it.
this is fair.
Yeah, that's the only appropriate way to watch bad movies, I think. CinemaSins, but
there was some movie, I don't know the title of it, but they had him like play an AI who was about to destroy all of all of humankind.
Of course.
That cliche and all that shit. Except one person can change his mind and all that crap.
Yeah.
But like, I can't take anything seriously that had James Corden. I can't take it seriously.
I get that.
I'm with Ricky Gervais. I think he's annoying.
Oh yeah, well, Ricky Gervais is right about everything.
Ricky Gervais is amazing. He's a genius and hilarious.
I need to get around to watching The British Office. That's going to be the first thing I watch after.
I've watched the Christmas special.
Oh no, I
haven't watched anything else. Somehow.
Damn.
I don't know. Somehow I just ended up watching the Christmas special, but it's ridiculously long, so I think I fell asleep halfway through.
Oh, damn.
Oopsies.
Maybe it would be better if you started from the beginning, got invested in the characters, but...
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. No.
But then, I mean, the characters are actually pretty similar, or like the structure
You mean like between the US
between the
version?
British and the
Yeah.
US version. Yeah,
Okay.
like they keep a lot of the same ideas and the same general character archetypes.
Yeah.
So like, I kind of had that second-hand investment,
Right. Yeah. Okay.
which I think is. I mean, naturally, it's written by the same people, but like it helps. Yes, I find it very stylistic.
That does make sense. I think the American one, at least, it probably changed a lot. Probably about season 4 onwards, I'd say. Like it kind of dropped the realism quite a bit.
Yeah, like
Probably.
that was the major proponent of the British one, and it was also like a depressing kind of realism.
Yeah.
Like because like he doesn't get the girl, etc. He life is boring. Their job sucks. Nothing interesting happens. Their boss is a misogynistic cunt.
and that's kind of what like the first season of The American Office is like as well, or even the second season, I'd say.
It does leech its way in.
Yeah, and then they just kind of let go of that, and it becomes very, I guess, Americanized. Where it's
I think it's Steve Carell-ized. Carelled.
Yeah.
Like it starts to take more on board of what people are able to do.
Yeah. And eventually, as with all great shows, everyone gets flanderized, but you know how it is.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah.
Hot diggity.
That's fine. But yeah,
it is what it is.
That was quite a jump between different topics that we just took.
It really was.
Yeah, so anyways, Pokemon.
Pokemon. Big stuff. Lots of it.
Lots of stuff. So I don't think I got a chance to talk with you about this, Callan, but
no.
Yeah, they revealed the new Hisuian form of one of I think a fan favorite, right?
It's definitely up there.
Zoroark and Zorua, which
indeed.
Let me just say, first of all, the design in of itself is so sick.
The design is amazing. It's brilliant.
It does admittedly look a bit like Midnight Form Lycanroc, though.
Yeah, but I mean...
not as a bad thing, but just...
It isn't bad, but visually it does look a little bit like that.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind when I saw it, which I just thought was funny.
It's cheeky.
But more than that, it's the typing.
It is
that got me so hyped. Yeah.
It is arguably the second best typing combination in all of Pokemon. Second best after Steel Fairy.
Steel Fairy. Oh,
yes.
True.
I mean, this is according to. We're talking competitive wise. This is correlating to what Wolfie Glick, who was renowned to be the best competitive Pokemon player in the world. He started playing competitively when he was 17. He's won nationals 3 times, the global 3 times or some shit. He tends to win a lot of things that he goes to.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. He wasn't Pachirisu in 2014, but he brought a Raichu, I think, in 2015. He does a lot of cheeky shit.
Of course.
I think he brought Scrafty in 2014.
Yeah.
Which is nice because I like Scrafty. But yes.
Oh, yeah, Scrafty.
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
Scrafty. Pants Lizard. But yes, he's an absolute genius, and in his personal opinion, best typing in the game, Steel Fairy. One of the most defensive typings with one of the best offensive typings.
That makes sense, because isn't it only the only super effective thing against it is fire, right?
Fire and ground.
Oh.
And despite that, because those are pretty common weaknesses,
yeah,
it has resistances and it has so much offensive power that it just really cancels that out.
Yeah.
But second to that was Ghost Normal, because it's got pretty cheeky immunities.
It's only dark type,
it's only weak to dark, yeah.
Yeah, which that is so cool. I never thought about that typing ever being a thing that could exist, but
I play a lot of fan games, and oftentimes you'll see it turn up, or in Pokemon Fusion games.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, so that part of the community has been begging for a normal ghost type for years.
Damn. And now we
'Cause it
got
was
like a
such
cannon.
cool die thing.
Got a cannon one now. It's
Exactly,
great.
with a glass cannon. No, you meant cannon as in like
Oh, yeah.
not glass cannon.
Yeah, no, sorry.
But
it's
kind of sad is that like there's no like PvPs, so like you won't be able to take it out into a competitive format.
I think they did say that you can like transfer your Pokemon to home, and then transfer it again to Sword and Shield and stuff.
So,
but
that might be. I don't. Actually, yeah, because I'd heard that Sword and Shield was going to get updated with like the rest of the decks at some point because they were just going to keep using that for competitive.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll update it to have the Hisuian decks as well.
That would make sense because I reckon like Gen 9 is probably going to be on the Switch as well at this point. So
yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, it'll probably still look the same, but you know.
But yes, we've seen some interesting
Legends
stuff.
Arceus is looking pretty good.
Chinese Riddler has been dropping his usual stuff. I don't know if you follow. Yeah, exactly. Like he drops like images of like the most random shit, and he's like spoilers. But yes, so
is this the guy who leaked the Sun and Moon starters?
Yes, because his style is that like it's through riddles and like unrelated images and whatnot. I mean, I don't know how much you want to know or how much you do know, but apparently, like, it's roughly 30 new forms.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Which is nice, so we're going to see a couple more of those.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Some fun stuff with the starters. I'm not going to jump around
I've heard that.
But yes, in fact, let's be honest, we pretty much figured out most of what the starters are.
I mean, I don't know the details of it, but my personal hopes is that, you know, instead of the ugly samurai that we already have, I hope it's a proper samurai. Border fighting type. That's what I'm hoping for.
Am I allowed to spoil anything?
Nah, hold on to that. Hold on to that.
Apparently we get 10 of those not trial, but like totem. What the fuck are they called?
The noble
cleaver.
Pokemon.
I don't know if it's necessarily. Yeah, there's like 10 odd of those apparently, maybe a bit more.
Those are like the gym battles, right?
Yeah. Or like the close, something along those.
They're more like the trials from Sun and Moon. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is what my mind leapt to at first.
Yeah.
And we've also been seeing like a lot of like relationships between like current Pokemon trainers and like trainers of the past in the trailers.
I did notice that. Yeah, that was like the kid with the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
He looks like Clay.
What's his name? Clay. There we go.
From Gen 5, which I thought was pretty cool.
People are seeing a lot of those popping up. Like there's one for Mina, I think, the art girl from Sun Moon.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, I don't think I've seen that one yet. Maybe I just missed it.
There's some guy whose kimono, like his whole getup, looks really distinct to Giratina.
Ooh,
like his collar has the same golden crown kind of shape as Giratina's mouth. And he's got the same color palette, like a gray with red accents, and you know, like.
Damn.
So Giratina is probably going to be relevant.
I hope so, because like.
We need to see the dimension.
I want to see, exactly. I want to see the distortion world.
The distortion world is probably going to be like one of the most. Seeing that brought onto the Switch in a completely new format, it's going to be insane. Like,
because that's the thing that a lot of people are talking about for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. They're probably not going to have the distortion world or platinum content in it. Let's be real.
This is true.
Either they're going to release that as DLC later down the line, and people are going to hate it because it's DLC.
Yeah. Well, you say that, but the DLC for Sword and Shield was better than the actual game.
Yeah, but you're basically buying a whole new game anyways, so, you know.
But yes, this is true. Do continue.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the reason why they haven't shown it in any of the trailers yet for BDSP is because they're saving it for Legends Arceus. Like, there's going to be some kind of
hoping for.
Yeah, I did see some rumors, like a Primal Dialga and Palkia in Legends Arceus.
I have been seeing that, yeah.
That feels like a stretch, though, because it's, you know, it's only like, 300 years or something before... Is that... I don't know where I got that number from. Because they've got Pokeballs, right? So it's not...
Yeah, this is true. I mean... But at the same time, though, they have shown it in, like... other games like the Mystery Dungeon and whatnot and all that shit. Like Primal Dialga does exist in the overall Pokemon canon.
The canon of Pokemon. God.
I know. Technically, Shadow Lugia also exists.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, but like, I'm not holding my breath baited, but it'd be cool.
It'd be cool. It doesn't really do anything, I guess, for the plot. It's just new forms.
Doesn't really, but it'd be cool.
It'd be cool.
Well, you never know. Maybe it does.
Yeah.
Maybe they do primal shit and kill people.
I mean, it does make sense though, right? Because like, looking at what they're doing with BDSP, how they're pretty much 1-for-1 remakes.
Yeah.
You know, it would make sense if they just decided with Legends Arceus to
just like go heavy into it. Which we're hoping for.
And there's going to be DLC, right? For Legends Arceus, that's a guarantee, right?
Yeah, I imagine so. I'd be surprised if there wasn't.
Me too.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like it's a new thing they're trying, so maybe not.
Yeah, like we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
But yes. One argument though that I know has been like circulating around Pokemon forever is, should the main game series be harder? Like brilliant BDSP and all that. I have a feeling it's probably going to be easier because of the new typings added. So like a lot of shit's been fucked around with.
Yeah.
Like now we've got access to fairy types. Cynthia's going to be easy as fuck to sweep through now. She literally gives you a free Togekiss, which is like a massive Garchomp counter.
Yeah, but I don't want to use a Togekiss.
Yeah, no one wants to. Well, I mean, except for VGC players, but you know.
Yeah.
Still, the point is, like, EXP share aside, because that's just like quality of life and you were going to grind up your team anyways.
Yeah.
Are we going to have another Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee on our hands? Like, is it just going to feel too easy?
I mean, I'm biased, right? These are Platinum was my first Pokemon game, so of course I'm gonna love the hell out of these remakes.
This is true.
It's just guaranteed. I bought both of them, like the dual pack, because nostalgia.
I need to get onto that.
Yeah, no, pre-order it, man, if anything, because then you get like a bonus thing with
bonuses and whatnot, yeah.
Yeah. Same with Legends Arceus. If you pre-order it from
I'm definitely pre-ordering that.
Yeah, you get like a steelbook for the pre-order.
Cool.
Yeah. Love those things. But yeah. Whether or not they're easy, I don't know. They probably will be. It's, you know, the easy factor of it is just kind of also because we're older, you know? we know what we're doing. Like,
yeah.
Because going back,
like half of Pokemon's revenue is, it's still older fans. Like Pokemon is something very nostalgia based.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
Yeah, like sure, like obviously there are still kids that are playing, but let's be honest, the fan base is pretty old.
Yep.
Like, for example, like I mean, Pokemon Go, for example, like that is fueled purely upon like adults and young people with nostalgia, and that's got a massive player base still.
Yeah,
and like there's so many of the offshoots of Pokemon. Like it's not catered to children. There's no way in hell that a child would be able to do half of this. Hell, there's a MOBA
with gambling.
There's a Pokemon MOBA
with like, you know, kind of legal-ish gambling in it. You know,
it's got like fucking loot boxes which you technically can't buy, but you can buy more energy to get them with. But like, you know.
Yeah.
I'm still really annoyed because I haven't gotten the Garchomp skin, but whatever. I'm also really annoyed that Garchomp's the worst Pokemon in the game, and I spent a lot of in-game currency on that fucking unit, so either way. This Pokemon is still, I would say, at least like 16 plus is the majority.
Yeah. I think...
And let's be honest though, like, I mean, I play a lot of fan games. I especially play a lot of the harder fan games. Yeah. Like currently I'm going through Inclement Emerald, and like at the second gym, they literally give you like EV training shit. because you literally have to start training your Pokemon for EVs and stuff. Sure, I'm playing on the challenge mode, but like,
yeah,
and played Pokemon Insurgents.
that one was so good.
Yes,
Did that get finished?
it's been it's been finished for a hot minute, I think.
Oh Jesus! Okay, because like I
It's got a massive post game. You should get into it.
yeah, I played the game before it was done. So
Yes.
I think it was like at the 6th gym when it was finished, and there was nothing else to do.
Full game with massive post game.
I can't
Literally,
that's cool.
The post game is bigger than like most Pokemon games.
Jesus.
There is a lot to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't have to worry about like marketing or anything like that.
I don't know.
Yeah. But I think the main problem with the Pokemon games nowadays is just they don't give you as many options. I think that's the problem. Like I've been getting into a lot of other RPGs, and it's crazy how many other options you get out of them. Like, say with Fire Emblem, you get like 4 different difficulty settings that you can play on.
Difficulty settings is a big one. I think they trialed that with Pokemon Black and White. Like,
you couldn't even unlock it though until
you had to like finish the fucking game.
Yeah, and
which is just like what?
Save slots, man. That is like, if there's going to be anything that I criticize Pokemon for, it's it's a 2021 game and they don't have multiple save slots yet.
No, you have to have multiple fucking profiles on your Switch. Like, that's oof. What also gets me, I think, is that like what you said resonated with me. How like Pokemon needs to give you more choices, but that should also apply to the story as well.
Yeah.
Gen 1, the original the original games back in the day, where you have to use a flashlight to see it when you're playing in the dark. Back then, Kanto had the best. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee has this too, where like you beat maybe like the first 3 gyms, and then like the rest of them, except for the last gym, you can take them on in any order you want.
Yeah, I remember that when I played.
You can go in any direction. It is so good.
And you can miss a gym as well.
You can literally just walk right past them and go on into the next town if you figure out how. Like, a couple of them have puzzles, but you can get around those puzzles.
Yeah, and that's great.
Then they just never did that again. It was just linear storyline from there on out. And I guess that's because they became more ambitious with the storylines and they wanted like a cohesive, kind of story going on.
I get that, yeah.
But it feels almost lazy.
Like, I think Sword and Shield, when it first got revealed, the map at least, I thought it was going to be like, you kind of do the story in layers where you get a choice between challenging any one of the first 3 gyms, and then you get to you get to pick which one.
That.
Which didn't happen, obviously. You still had to...
Yeah, map's still very linear.
Oh, that was the most linear map ever.
It was disgusting.
In a straight line to...
You honestly could.
And the wild area was pointless for the most part. Like, unless you want a shiny hunt or whatever, it's boring.
I never bothered with shiny hunt. I didn't even bother getting let's be quite frank here. Like, I just blitzed right through Sword and Shield. Once again, difficulty issue. Like Sword and Shield took me like a couple of hours. I was able to get through like the entire game pretty much using my starter because it was just that easy. Like, I only picked up new Pokemon because they were cool and I liked them.
Same.
Like, I didn't need them to get through challenges.
Same. Yeah.
I got to like the end of the game and I had like 3 Pokemon in my team, which is normal for me. Like, I normally finish with like maybe 5 Pokemon on a team, but Sword and Shield had it way worse. Like, so fucking easy.
Yeah, no, it sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked. Like, the most time I spent like just running around in that game doing nothing was when I was trying to catch a Ponyta. Because those things are rare, right? It's hard to find. So you just have to run around for a bit, hoping it would pop out, and it took ages. And I accidentally hit run a few times as well, and you know how that is.
I feel that.
Yeah, it's disappointing to say the least, but
Could be worse. Imagine if you were shiny hunting.
Yep.
Long rest everyone who shiny hunted for Ponyta.
But I am that's kind of why I'm still hyped for BDSP. Is just because I know it's not going to be that linear, even though it's still like most Pokemon games are
linear, but it's going to be like the classic, like it's going to be the OG kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's stuff you can do off the path.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to stick
to
fuck
up that badly.
Yeah,
with this game.
And it's like the same thing with Black and White, which that's got a pretty linear map as well, but. There's just if you just go exploring down a creek or something, you'll find a cave.
There's so much.
Yeah.
Black and White was just filled to the brim.
Well, Black and White 2 probably more so.
Even more so. Yeah, let's be quite frank here. There is a lot to do. There's the roaming legendaries and shit.
Yeah. God, I wish they brought that stuff back. There's nothing to do in Sword and Shield after you beat the main game, unless you buy the DLC.
Yeah, unless
except for that, you get that weird storyline with the shield head.
Yeah, like the post game in Sword and Shield was absolute dog shit. Like, goddamn. X and Y was better. I've seen a lot of people getting very scared.
Somehow, yeah.
Because, you give it a grace period. Like, if you go back a couple years ago, people were saying Black and White were dog shit. But, give it a little bit of while, the general community warms over to it. I always love Black and White. I'm going to be, outright about that. Always love Black and White. Gen 5, amazing. Yeah. Gave me Pants Lizard. But, now I've started seeing people say, uh-oh, it's about that time where people are going to start saying that X and Y were the best games in existence.
I mean, they already are. And, I'm even seeing that for Sword and Shield now, because of, the graphics in BDSP and stuff. It's wow, I wish it was more like Sword and Shield, even though Sword and Shield, in my opinion, are garbage compared to BDSP.
You know what would have been... See, I know we're trying to modernize things, but, I feel like they should have just kept BDSP 2D.
Yeah.
I feel they could have honestly just really gone ham with the pixels.
Yeah, that awesome style a lot of companies have been doing, the 2D HD style, like Octopath and stuff, Triangle Strategy.
Octopath, literally, Octopath is amazing visually.
That to me is the perfect way to make Pokemon 2D and 3D.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I honestly think they should just go with that. I'm not going to complain. This is cool and all, BDSP as it is now. But I think they missed an opportunity there.
Yeah, to try something new, old but new,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which the game has solely been needing, just the franchise in general.
Yeah.
From what I've been seeing, people are comparing Legends of Arceus to Monster Hunter when it comes to story. Because a lot of it does seem to be returning, going out doing whatever the fuck quests and then going back to home base. Actually, there was a lot of outrage because they confirmed it wasn't, strictly speaking, open world.
Yeah, isn't it
Technically, they never said it was open world, but all of the articles, a lot of people were saying it was open world.
Yeah. Well,
especially, you see gaming articles everywhere, new open world Pokemon game, Legends of Arceus, open world, first ever. Of course, people are going to get hyped for an open world game.
In all fairness, that opening shot from the original Arceus trailer, it's that's very reminiscent of Breath of the Wild's.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, frame for fucking frame.
Yeah, so it's easy to assume.
A couple of the grass blades looked similar.
Yeah, it's easy to assume, but also I'm not that outraged by it.
No, not even remotely.
It's still going to be big open areas. It's just not going to be all one interconnected world, which...
It's a step in the right direction, in my opinion.
And I think that suits Pokemon better, anyways.
Because Pokemon really... I feel like if they do ever actually give us an open world game, we're not going to be satisfied with it anyways.
I don't know. If it's going to be an open world game, it's going to need to take years of development.
Oh, absolutely. Pokemon being developed in a year, every year, is disgusting for like quality if the Pokemon company is going to work how it does with how little investment and how little developers and whatnot are involved. Like what pretty much every other company gives like games at least a couple years.
At least.
At least. Like your Red Deads, your Gods of War, your
Breath of the Wild,
Monster Hunters, your Breath of the Wild.
Horizons.
How long has it been since the first Breath of the Wild came out?
It's been like 5 years or something, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
And we're only getting the second one like next year at some
Maybe next year. It might not even be next year.
Christmas at best.
Yeah, exactly. Like in the E3 trailer, they full on just said like, we're hoping to get it out by next year, but no promises.
You know how it is.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, fair enough, but I just to release more trailers, please.
Meanwhile, Pokemon fans be like, give us one game a year, motherfuckers.
But make it really good every single year.
Exactly. And to be fair, they could. But it's the fact of the matter is that they're spending like fuck all. Like we've talked about this before, but I'm pretty sure Genshin Impact, a literal mobile game, has more investment into it than Pokemon games get.
God. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Pokemon is like one of the most lucrative franchises in existence.
It is the most lucrative. It is the most. Yeah. And
billions.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know why they do the things they do like that.
Because money.
Yeah, that's true. But like,
let's be honest, like the game's development world is not a very healthy one.
No, not at all.
Like like employees, fuck all rights.
Yep.
So they're getting scalped. They're being wrung out of all of their creativity and productivity. Yeah,
like looking at Red Dead, like the stories you'd hear behind the scenes for that game are crazy.
Oh yeah.
And even though it's like one of the best games ever made, it's it's literally blood, sweat, and tears that got put into it. So
literally. And I mean, it's almost heartbreaking that like the game took so long that they literally had to go back to earlier sections and update them based on like graphics and performance because they were just so different to the newer material.
Yeah, and then it's
I'm
like
not getting into it.
Yeah, and then it's like I look at the Assassin's Creed franchise. Those games look pretty good, right?
They do.
And they put out like 1.5 years between each other, which is insane.
That is ludicrous.
How does Assassin's Creed do it?
They're wildly different.
Yeah,
they're not like a continuation.
They're not. They don't reuse assets. It's just completely new things.
New shit every time.
Like you had one based on Norse. One based on Norse mythology, another based on Greek mythology.
I need to play more Assassin's Creed, and by that I mean I need to play Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, me too. It's not even about assassins anymore. Probably.
Who knows? I don't.
I'm like, and then Pokemon. It's even got more time.
Tries.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It's irritating, but we're fans, so we put up with it.
And then we spend all our money on it, and it's fair enough.
Exactly.
It's like, well, I hate this, but also I love it, so screw you, Nintendo, for using nostalgia like that. But
yes. Briefly, I mean, I guess because it matters. Last Smash fighter was revealed, Sora.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that was cool, I suppose.
Yeah, my only exposure to Kingdom Hearts before the Sora reveal was this clip on YouTube where it's just Mickey Mouse saying, "I heard you're looking for the door to the dark dimension."
Exactly. It is the weirdest thing.
Yeah, and like, I don't know what the context of that scene is, but just people love this franchise.
It's so interesting. I mean, like conceptually, it's literally just somehow someone got the rights to Disney and decided to flex everything they own.
Yeah.
Like it's got Pirates of the Caribbean. Like you can.
I saw that.
Yeah,
that was so funny.
Literally just seeing Sora, Goofy, and fucking Mr. Donald Duck. Fucking tackle Davy Jones.
Yep.
You see like classic Disney villains being brought up, like
Yeah.
Hades
Wasn't
and all that shit.
Sephiroth? Was it just Sephiroth?
Sephiroth.
Yeah, wasn't he in that game at some stage?
I think he was. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Once again, I've not played Kingdom Hearts.
Me
I don't know
neither.
very much about it.
Yeah, I'm so confused though as to like
What I want to know though is how much did they have to pay? How much did they shill just to have Sora? Not only that, but to have the Mickey Mouse keychain on the Keyblade. Like,
I mean,
that shit flashed on screen. That got a close up for like
3 seconds.
3 seconds. Probably like a couple $1,000 every one of those frames.
$1,000, Callan? Come on, let's be real for a second.
Okay, millions.
Did you see how much the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack cost? It cost them more than $1,000.
Oh my god, that explains everything. That's how they're trying to pay it off.
It cost
Nintendo's
them so
in
much.
debt.
Yep. Like, it makes sense, you know. It was timed pretty well.
And they couldn't even get the rights to everything. They had to cut out Donald and Goofy from everything about Sora.
Yep.
They're not even in like the trailer or anything. It's so sad.
Like, I mean, you know, Mickey Mouse is meant to enter the public domain in a couple of years, and I have a feeling he's not going to.
23. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna have like the Mickey Mouse Act Part 2, Subclause 3.
It's just, yeah, Disney. God.
One thing I will say that I saw, which is really wholesome, like under Attica's Twitter account, Attica really wanted Sora in Smash.
Oh, okay.
So like you just see a lot of people like in Memoriam,
right,
being like, "Bro, we did it! Sora's in Smash! Oh. Hell yeah, we did it!"
Nice.
Yeah, that made it up. You know, like that made my day.
Yeah, that's nice to hear then.
Yes. That pretty much peak. That made me okay with Sora.
That's peak.
Oh, and Doomguy got in Smash as a meat fighter skin.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I was actually so shocked to like hear that theme be the Doom style like FPS.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that was cheeky. I liked that.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been great to see like the Doom guy as an actual character, because that would have been just funny. But you know, I'll take it.
Yeah,
it's the same thing as Sans. Like,
yeah, it was a bit of a meme.
Yeah,
but it was a really good meme. You know, it's like, oh my god, Goku in Smash. Oh my god, Master Chief in Smash.
Yeah,
like,
Goku doesn't make any sense. He's a TV character.
Yeah, but they've got like half a dozen fighting games.
Nah.
They've got Nintendo shit.
That's like putting, you know,
Goku's literally a Japanese character, you know, like come on, he's near and dear to so many people, you know, like Nintendo's Japanese, you know.
That makes sense, but like I think it was more
obviously we were not expecting it, but it'd be funny.
It'd be funny. Yeah.
He's in all the Flash player Smash Bros, like
yeah.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, that God. It's been a funny few weeks of announcements. Like, we're probably running out of time, but I do want to just quickly mention two things. Did you see the trailer to the Resident Evil movie?
I did actually, but I remember almost nothing. What was the song that they used?
It was hey,
yeah, that's right.
I nearly
that was
died.
So good. That was hilarious. It's coming back to me now. I can only think of the He-Man rendition.
Yeah, exactly. That's what came to mind when I heard that.
Hey, yeah.
Just why?
Oh, it was so funny.
Yeah.
It broke me.
And then, I don't know if you saw more recently, they just released the Uncharted, Uncharted movie trailer with Tom Holland. And I swear to God, Mark Wahlberg looks way more like the guy from Uncharted than Tom Holland does.
Tom, let's be honest, yeah.
Yeah. And not only that, Tom Holland just looks like he's doing the Spider-Man move every time he
He
just
does.
moves.
He's so used to
Yeah.
it.
God, it's been a weird time for game movie
It has
announcements.
been.
Like first you had Chris Pratt Mario.
Oh, and of course we've got all the Venom, Venom 2, like the Big Carnage, which isn't even out in Australia yet. But like it is.
Right, yeah.
That's a rom-com. Like
Is it?
the first one, like a large, because what a running theme with the Venom movies is that the critics fucking hate it.
Yep.
Because critics are bad at their job, but everyone else loves it. Like the first one, there was some rom-com vibes, and people loved that. Then for the second one, they've allegedly leaned really hard into the rom-com aspect,
Wait.
people are adoring it.
Let me make some. Wait, do you mean like a rom-com between
A romantic
Eddie
comedy
Brock
between Eddie and
and
Venom.
oh, okay. I get it.
Like,
yep, fair enough.
Yeah, no, which is
yeah.
interesting. We don't have time for this, but like there is a very philosophical idea and very human idea about like this kind of relationship in a rom-com, if you will. That's a future us to talk about, maybe with Budgie when she comes back.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
the second movie
yeah.
really leaned into it and is doing amazing. I think it was like the best selling. It had like the best opening box office weekend.
Oh, nice.
I
Okay.
feel like it was really up there
Well, that's good.
for like, you know, the pandemic era or like that month or some shit.
Hmm.
Which is good, but also a bit impressive because a couple countries didn't even have access to it.
Yeah.
But yes,
No, movies are it's just so weird this year.
Movies are
Movies
fucking
and shows
crazy.
and stuff. Like,
uh,
man. Yeah. Well, I think we should probably end it there then,
I
Cal.
think we will. As per usual, ghosting_Charlie. You can find her on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. She never uses it. Check her out for some fucking art. That's our very own resident artist, Charlie. ALW podcast. We're actually on iTunes now. I went through that
sweet.
process. I got us on Apple Podcasts.
Oh, wow.
I know, that's so cool.
Does anyone actually use Apple Podcasts or?
I don't know. I just remember that people were asking me to put it on Apple Podcasts like 8 months ago, and I never did.
Well, hopefully those people are still around. Who knows?
I don't fucking know.
It doesn't matter. We're not doing it for them. We're doing it to.
Doing it for us.
We're doing it for the people, Khaled. We're doing it to expose the lies of the corporations of the universe and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Fuck capitalism. Eat Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. Screw Jeff Bezos.
Eat Elon Musk.
Yeah.
After he's finalized electric vehicles, I suppose.
Give us another flamethrower.
Yeah, and then we'll eat them.
Yeah. Okay, alright, that's enough. We're going now.
This will
Bye.
do. Fuck off.
Ta-ta.
Okay. No, I saw Reggie today.
Oh, lovely.
I went out for breakfast, and I thought to myself, fuck it, I'm going to go into this cafe without a name.
Oh,
I'm going to order the big breakfast. I just added myself as a fat person.
No.
Breakfast being like an English breakfast, by the way. Like
No. You Ron Swanson. Ron Swanson's.
Yourself. Absolutely.
It's fine.
I ordered the party platter.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Yeah.
But yes.
That's great.
Nothing eventful.
Of course.
That'll do it.